Hey everyone, welcome back to the Stationery Junkie. I hope you're having a really lovely and slow day. Today is a bit of a special video, if I may say so myself. If you've been following the channel for a while, you probably know that I have a massive soft spot for anything that feels human, anything that has a soul and texture that you just can't get from mass-produced notebooks. Well, my husband actually gifted me a few things recently that have completely stolen my heart. He knows me so well, and I love that. He got me these beautiful journals from a small Italian brand called Aria Carta, and I've been spending some time with them, touching the paper, looking at all the stitching, the covers, and I just knew I had to sit down and share them with you. I've actually been practicing my Italian lately, so discovering a shop based in Genoa that focuses so heavily on craftsmanship and sustainability felt like such a perfect alignment of my interests. It's not just a notebook, it feels like a little piece of Italian art sitting on my desk, and I just love that. So today we're going to talk about Aria Carta, its roots, their mission for sustainable stationery, and I'll show you a close-up look at the products that you're seeing here on the table. We'll also talk about how I plan to use them because, spoiler alert, they're basically a junk journaler's dream. So Aria Carta, this is totally a new brand for me. I have not heard about this brand of stationery in my couple of years being active in the stationery journaling and planner community. They're based in Genoa, Italy, as I mentioned, and their business is mostly online. They don't have a physical store. But one thing I noticed is that when you look at the shop, there is the phrase in their website that says, "Dove la carta si reinventa," where paper reinvents itself. And I just love that. And the heart of what they do is sustainability. It's also a new thing for me to see a lot of like sustainable type of stationery where all of the materials are recycled. So it's not a corporate way of doing business in terms of the products that they come up with. It's very grassroots. They use recycled paper and they're strictly plastic free. So even the packaging, the shipping materials are all ecological. Because in a world where stationery can sometimes feel a bit plastic heavy with all the acrylic and films, this feels very grounded, at least to me. So one of the coolest things they do is called eco print. It is a technique where they use actual leaves and flowers to release natural pigments directly onto the fabric or paper. So there are no inks, no digital processes, just nature. And it means every single piece is unique. You might get a leaf print that no one else in the world has. So like, I think there is one I would probably show off here. This one, the eco print that I'm seeing here is vegetable ink that they use. So everything is quite sustainable. Everything is plant-based. There is no plastics going around here. So all of the materials from the covers to the paper to the packaging to the closures that you're seeing here is very sustainable and very ecological. And one thing that I noticed is that the founder really has this deep passion for tactility of the paper. Let me show you an example here. So basically the ones here at the bottom are all A5 notebooks. So this is what I meant about tactility. So the paper is quite, not really thin, but it's not as, I would probably say not as fountain pen friendly as the ones that we are all used to, like the TRPs and the Cosmo Airlights. This is characteristic of sustainable paper wherein there is a lot of tactile feel to it. And I haven't really done a pen test here because just looking at the paper, I know for sure that it's a very porous material. I think my fountain pen inks are gonna go right through this paper. But nevertheless, when I first touched the paper here, there is some very small kind of texturized feel to it, but I think it will still work with gel pens, with ballpoint pens, but with fountain pens, I believe it's not going to be as fountain pen friendly, as I mentioned. So, you know, especially now where everything is so digital, having something this physical feels like a form of rebellion, I would say. It feels very grounded. It feels, I don't know, it has a different effect or charm charm for me. It's giving memory, creativity, and connection, and it's actually art that you can use. So I love that about this brand, and I love that about the products that they have. Although I'm a fountain pen user and I love to use my fountain pens as much as possible, but you know, if you have been using a lot of fountain pens, or if you love pens in general, I want to make use of my pens as much as I can. So ever since I've been using fountain pens, I feel like my gel pens and ballpoints haven't been used as much. So I think this is a great opportunity for me to use my stationery and my pens to the best of what I can do with them. I want to go ahead and show you some of the insides of these journals. So give me a second and I will take off some of the closures that you're seeing here so that I can give you a deeper dive. I'm going to start first with the smaller books here. These are A6 notebooks. Again, I just want to give a great shout out to my husband. He's been very generous. He completely surprised me with these journals. So this one, all of these are hand stitched Coptic binding, if I'm not mistaken. So everything is done by hand, from the printing to the stitching to the binding to the designing. I really love that. It feels like I'm holding someone's artwork that I can use for my stationery hobby. And this one in particular, I feel would be a great junk journal book. The spine is exposed and all of the signatures, how many are they? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 signatures of inserts are bound together. And the paper is a little bit thicker of a cardstock. So this one holds a couple of ephemeras that come with the book. I'm not sure if it comes with the book, but I guess the founder was very nice to my husband to have given some freebies. But if you take a look at their website, it would probably just show you the book itself. And they also sell ephemera if you are interested. And I truly love the ephemera. There's some charm to it. And there's like a texture that you can touch and feel. So it's not just a digitally printed artwork that is just printed on cardboard, printed on paper, and then just made into a bookmark or sticker. So it's really handmade. And this is what I mean about eco print. So I'm not sure if it's rendering on the camera very well, but here when I touch it, the cardstock has some texture to it, and I see the faint. It's not really a very stark ink that they use to do the design of like these trees in winter. And I love that feel because it's muted, it's very light. So it gives off that winter vibe. Although I've never experienced winter, like the snowy type of winter, I really love the charm that comes with the ephemeras that are included in this book. There are also some texturized paper that I could use for junk journaling or for accents and stuff like that. So same thing with these cards that are hand stamped. I'm not sure what this is. So I think this is a sticker. I've not opened this. Oof, it's sealed. This is gonna be my first time opening it. Let's take a look. Oh, these are like die cut paper of snowflakes. Oh, amazing. I used to be obsessed with this kind of junk journaling. Oh, even the actual paper where they punched a hole from is included here. So incredible, so charming. I'm definitely gonna be using this in my junk journal for sure. So let's take a look inside. So this is like an insert, a pocket insert that holds some of the ephemera. And here is the book itself. So again, recycled paper, eco print with vegetable ink. You can see here like a pattern of a leaf and some ink sprinkling here and there. And the papers used all throughout the book are of various sizes, texture. Oh my gosh, just the tactile feel of this paper is incredible. The printing, the design is just incredible. So there's like inserts of ephemera in between. Incredible. So these are just winter motif ephemera, which I truly love. and enjoy. So I'm just thinking about doing collages, junk journaling, like winter theme kind of thing. Oh, wow. Look, it's like very, very charming, different types of paper in one book. So there you have it. I probably won't be writing anything here because of the texture of the paper. I will probably doing a lot of collaging here. I have so much washi, PET, and stickers that I would want to use this on. I just love this. This is like going to be a great experience doing some collaging and junk journaling in this book. I just wanted to add, sorry, I closed the book quite suddenly. So the closure is this string, white twine string, that you just wrap around the book and it will close, which is really helpful because if you're going to be doing some collaging, I'm pretty sure this book is going to puff up and become chunky. So this closure will allow it to still remain closed and accommodate some room for growth for junk journaling. I'm just gonna go through it hopefully very quickly because I don't want this video to be too long. So these are two A6 notebooks. The printing is the same eco print with vegetable ink, and these are basically just booklets, an A6 booklet with recycled paper, hand stitch bound as well. So maybe I could try doing a small pen test. Let me just get my fountain pen. So let's just try to do a pen test here, just to show you guys. I'm also very curious about how fountain pen inks would perform on recycled paper. So let's try. This is an Opus 88, a medium nib. So the ink is quite juicy. This is Robert Oster Cafe Crema. So this is what I wrote. This is a pen test. And as expected, there is some bleed through. So I was right in saying that it's not going to be very good to use fountain pen inks here unless you are junk journaling, wherein let's just say you write on this side of the paper only and then at the back you stick ephemera and stickers and stuff, then I guess it won't be a problem. But if you're going to be using this solely for writing, then I wouldn't advise using wet pens here, fountain pens and stuff like that. So this is a medium. Let me just get my other finer fountain pen. Okay, I have a Waterman here. I think this is a fine. This is a pen test. It's a fine nib Waterman fountain pen, and here you go. Same, it is also bleeding through, but not as much as the medium nib. So definitely, yep, I was completely correct about that assumption. Let's just try a fine liner. I'm gonna use this Copic multi-liner. Yeah, a 0.5 size pen tip. Okay, so it's not as, let me take a look. It's not as bleeding through as the first two. So I guess multi-liners or fine liners are gonna be okay. That's great. Let's try my Zebra Sarasa clip in the 0.5 as well. I like my pens a bit juicy, so I tend to use thicker nib sizes because I also write big. So this is the Zebra Sarasa. And there's no bleed through. So definitely gel pens are going to be working just fine. So last, let's take a look at a Uniball Signo DX 0.38. Yeah, I do love these pens because they have saturated inks, which I love. I mean, the ink is very much vibrant on the paper. So this is the 0.38. And there's no bleed through. So there you go. So a word of caution, sad, but it is what it is. Like, I'm pretty sure, maybe I'm not very sure. I don't know a lot about how paper is made, but these are probably uncoated papers. But nevertheless, you can use your, ballpoints. Definitely, for sure, ballpoint pens are not going to bleed through. So there you have it. These are the A6 inserts. So I tend to just I love also this closure. This is like a garterized cloth, maybe something that you'd use as stockings, and they repurposed it as closures for this booklet, which is great. And I really just love the design of the cover, and the cover itself is smooth cardstock, so you're free to like decorate this with stickers and stuff. So this is the A6 booklet. Okay, this is also an A6 sized notebook, a little smaller than the previous one that I shared. I don't think this is passport because it's a little bigger than a passport size. So same kind of paper. There are no other prints inside it, but there are 3 signatures to this notebook, and there is like a satin ribbon bookmark that you can use, and it closes with this batik cloth, which I love. Being Asian, I love batik. So there you have it. This is, I would say, probably a B6 sized notebook with the same closure as the A6s, like this elastic piece of cloth that's built in to the cover of the book. And I think the cover itself is made of cloth, vintage cloth. I love this. I love vintage designed stationery. And this is not actually a notebook, it's an ephemera keeper. The owner definitely made use of some envelopes, cream colored envelopes, snipped the top and made these in accordion style. So you can definitely include or drop in there your stickers or your other receipts, ephemera. If you want to bring this to cafe journaling, travel journaling, I will definitely do that. The owner was very gracious to give a couple more ephemera of ginkgo biloba leaves. I love this. So she gave us she gave me a couple more ephemeras to use here. Perfect for junk journaling. This is like, for me, a very useful thing to carry. I'm going to go ahead with the A5s over here at the bottom. This one is a similar kind of design or like a vibe with this A6. This is an A5 notebook with 4 signature booklets that is Coptic bound, hand sewn with the same kind of recyclable paper. It also has the satin ribbon bookmark. So it's basically the same as these other notebooks, but in an A5 size. There is no lining. It's just completely blank. This one is of like black cardboard. And this particular design piece of like textured paper with eco printed flower and leaf design is like hand stitched. Also Coptic bound stitching here. Also the same paper with how many signatures? 1, 2, 3, 4 signatures. It also has a ribbon bookmark. Very nice touch of detail here. And this one, the closure here, the closure is like a shoelace material. I love the attention to detail here because closures are quite important to me, especially like these books are like perfect for junk journaling, and you know how chunky a junk journal can get. So the closures are really important for me. So this one is actually, you can just pull off the straw closure here, and it is also of the same paper, but there is like a printing here at the cover page, and the rest is just blank paper. How many signatures? Just 1, the very one here, and the cardboard stock with the eco print design of falling snow. And this one was also given as a freebie from the owner. Still ephemera packs here. These are not stickers. These are like eco printed designs of snowflakes on card stock paper, which is still very useful, at least for me. And this one is another A5 size notebook with this string closure with a wooden bead, and there is a wax seal imprint of a dragonfly because this is like a dragonfly notebook. And again, same kind of paper. This one is a little bit thicker than the other ones, and there is like a dragonfly stamp like design on each page. And they also gave out these really cool printouts of dragonfly stamps. that you could probably cut out and use as ephemera. And speaking of ephemera, more ephemera of ginkgo biloba leaves. And this one I really love because there's like, they gave out like a wax seal of a ginkgo leaf, and the rest are ephemeras. I keep saying ephemera. Yeah, but these are lovely touches, attention to detail, and this is just the one signature notebook. And there are imprints of ginkgo biloba leaves here. And this one is also of a thicker kind of notebook. Maybe fountain pens would work, but I'm not hopeful for that. And that's fine. Not everything has to be fountain pen friendly for me, though I do love my fountain pens. Yeah, there you go. This is everything that I have, everything that my husband gave me. And the closure here is this like a scrap of cloth that they use as a closure. This is like, yeah, very easy to like just close your book here. So if in case you want to chunk up your notebook, you're free to do so because the closures give you that room for thickening up your notebooks. Okay, I did mention at the beginning of this video, what am I going to do with all these journals? There are 9 of them. I'm not sure, but definitely I would want to use this as like a creative kind of journal. As I mentioned, to collage stuff, use my stationery. I think that's really cute. I'll definitely use this for travel because this one has like compartments to put my stickers, receipts, ephemera, everything. And the A5s, I haven't really thought about how to use them, but I think because of their size, I'm going to be using them for journals. As to what kind of journals, I have not really thought about them, but the ephemera packs that the owner gave me will definitely be put to use. I love ephemera. I do have an existing junk journal right now, so after I finish with that, I'll probably use one of these for sure, because they're just so pretty to pass up using. I think they deserve their time to be used. I know I have so many notebooks, but this ones I feel like are very special to me, mainly because they are handcrafted, they are sustainable, and they are a product of an artist, a business lady who did a lot of design, thought process, and, creativity to create all of these mindful and really charming pieces of stationery that I really want to use. And yeah, that's the plan. It's very loose. It could change, definitely will change depending on my mood, depending on how I want to make use of them. Who knows, maybe sometime in the year or in the coming years, I will have something to use them for, but it's just that I don't want to like be very specific, like, oh, this will be this will be that. So because things change over time, I know that I do have these things ready and available for me to use. So yeah, this is Aria Carta. A huge thank you to my husband for such a thoughtful gift. Grazie mille, amore. He really hit the nail on the head with this one. So I'll put the links to the shop and the specific journals in the description below if you want to go browse. And I would just like to mention that some of the designs here you may not see on the website because everything is custom made. So not all of the designs here you will see. So it's very charming, right? To own a piece of something that you might not have, that other people may not have. It's unique to you. That's what I'm trying to say. So, but it's great to browse the website and see if there's something that catches your fancy. So I will be linking all of these things in the description if you are so curious to take a look. They have so many different series, batik, hand-painted, even recipe books. They have so many types of journals, you guys. So let me know in the comments, are you a perfect paper person or do you like a bit of texture and character in your journals? And would you want to see a process video of me actually starting my first spread in any of these books? Just let me know. I'd really love to take you along for the creative ride. So thanks for hanging out with me today. Keep creating, keep journaling, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao!